Yeah, I mean, we made it really hard for ourselves. I thought at the 10-minute mark of the first quarter, we're in a fair bit of trouble. They kicked 3 goals in that first 10 minutes, and they were getting a lot of easy ball inside our forward 50, winning the clearances, getting it in there pretty easy. So for them to kick 3 goals in 10 minutes and then to kick 6 goals for the rest of the game, I thought was a good change of momentum, which was looking pretty difficult there after obviously the 10-minute mark of the first quarter.
Lewis, did you have any thoughts about dropping Lewis after last week, or was he always going to be in your 22 as possibly
Lewis Jetta?
Lewis Jetta,
yeah. We talked about what's best for Lewis. Last year we put him back to the reserves, and he got a bit of confidence up last year and came back into the seniors, and we discussed what to do with him this week, because he's a really exciting player. We want him to be confident and back in our team, but we thought that the sub option for us this week, on a pretty quick deck, coming on the last quarter, hopefully he could do something, and I thought he was pretty good in that last quarter. He gave us a lot of run when both teams, their players were pretty out on their feet.
I've got to say, you must have thought it was an inspired selection move after he the ball in.
Yeah, I just thought he did what we wanted him to do, and he gave us that real lift off the bench.
That tackle was probably in some ways the most pleasing part of it when he ran down Ferrito.
Yeah.
The defensive game hasn't been great.
Yeah, it was. He put up a bit sore from it, but I thought that was really good. And just, we've been talking about his run offensively is so important, but how that can be used as a weapon defensively as well. And some of the best quick players in the competition, their speed with the ball is fantastic, but it's what they do when the opposition have got the ball that really makes the opposition ball movement nervous, and that's what we've been asking him to do, and I thought that was a good step forward when he did that today.
Just a really tight game, just to comment on 2 of your blokes, Grundy going on to Petrie was crucial for you, and then the job that Shaw did on Bernard Harvey. Yeah,
we're really happy with Shaw. He's been very consistent for us all year, and whether that's playing in defence on some of the opposition most dangerous small forwards, and today a bit more midfield as well, I think he's been very good for us. And I thought Heath Grundy, when he went back onto Petrie after such a big start out of the blocks, really did a good job on him and helped control him a bit. But probably equally was important for us was to stop the service that was getting down to him so easily. I think that was as much for us to control as anything.
You were well beaten at the clearances and had quite a few inside 50s. What does that tell you about the performance generally?
Oh, we can get better. Yeah, we can get better. That's I think in the end we know we can get better. We know we can get a lot more consistent over the period of 4 quarters. We're still a little bit inconsistent for 4 quarters. We can. I thought Swallow and a few of their inside mids, particularly early, were very good, and it took our blokes a bit to get going. But what it does tell me is I think we can get better.
And you had a good sign that you can win when those numbers aren't with you.
Yeah, it was. I thought there was a couple of good efforts, that help us get over the line, and sometimes you just got to dig in. I think they had a lot of inside 50s in the last quarter. They might have had 18 inside 50s in the last quarter or something like that, and I thought defensively we withstood that pressure pretty well, and I think that was a real pleasing sign.
Which good efforts in particular?
I thought that Ty Kennelly did a reasonable job. I thought Craig Bird did okay. I thought the Swallow was well on top of us early, and Craig went into the midfield and just played midfield on him. I thought he did a pretty good job. Also won some important ball for us and started to get the momentum going our way. Obviously Heath did a pretty good job. And I think it's a work of progress in regards to we had a 19-year-old centre half forward and a 20-year-old full forward playing his first game, and I think that's exciting for them and for the football club and hopefully the supporters. But we need to have a bit of patience with them as well, and we need to keep developing them and teaching them, and hopefully they're able to contribute as well.
In the context of a tight season, when you've got the opportunity now to put some space on between yourselves and teams outside the 8, do you expect to look back on this one and think, you beauty?
There's been a few. there's been a couple, and it is. It's if you win the really tight ones, you hope that they go your way. They don't always go your way, and we understand that. And sometimes you need a bit of luck. But fortunately, we've been able to win some tight ones, and there's a whole pack of teams there in the middle rungs of the ladder, and sometimes you need to win some of those close ones.
Is Jenner okay? Is he all right for next week? Because he did pull up pretty sore after.
Yeah, I don't know. The doc said that for him to keep on the ground. We actually wanted him off, but I think the doc gave him the all clear to stay on, so I'm assuming it was just a knock. But I haven't spoken to the doctor yet.
Yeah. And Mumford and Jack, are they a chance next week?
Mumford and Jack, we're hopeful rather than expecting them to play. And, I mean, obviously Mummy didn't train on Thursday, so he's got to improve a fair bit before he's able to play next week. And Kieran, with one of those injuries, the syndesmosis in his ankle, he needs to do some agility work early in the week. But I don't want to push him at risk of costing us more weeks. So there's a couple of really obviously top line players we've got to come back in the team, which I think's we're looking forward to that. But we've got to make sure we win the close ones like we did today.
Did you get any fresh injuries, John?
Not that I know of. No, I haven't spoken to the doctors, but not that I know of. No, we didn't get any. I think there's a few tired boys, but no one